Ah, Forrest Gump, the beloved movie about a simple boy from Alabama who overcomes physical and mental challenges and somehow crosses paths with many famous people and events in the 20th century. It's also a cautionary tale of a guy who worships a badly damaged woman who treats him like crap until she uses him as a man of last resort. Of all the movies that teach men all the wrong lessons on how to deal with women, few stand out quite like Forrest Gump. Jenny was Forrest's friend since childhood, and he carries a torch for her throughout the movie. This is a really bad move on Forrest's part, because Jenny is an absolute train wreck of a woman. The movie explains that she was sexually abused as a child, and she spends the rest of her life haunted by the demons of that experience. On 2 occasions in the movie, she seriously considers ending her life by jumping off a bridge in a high-rise apartment building. In Jenny's eyes, Forrest is the classic nice guy. Gentlemen, you do not want to be the nice guy. She sees him as harmless and a shoulder to cry on when her relationships with other guys fail, but she never considers him boyfriend material until the very end, even though he professes his love for her throughout the story. Even though Jenny is deeply troubled, she's physically attractive, so this gives her a lot of options when it comes to men. Not surprisingly, she makes horrible decisions in relationships. Throughout the film, she picks men who physically abuse her, use her for sex, and treat her like garbage. When Forrest witnesses this abuse, he jumps to defend her and becomes another beta male stereotype, the white knight. He relishes the opportunity to come to her rescue in the hope it will make Jenny see him as worthy relationship material. But this never works, as she repeatedly leaves him to keep riding the carousel of abusive men in her dysfunctional life.
Run, Forrest, run!
If Jenny was a decent person, she would have told Forrest early on that she has no romantic interest in him and that he should pursue a relationship with a woman who will appreciate him. Instead, she leads him on just enough to keep him around as an orbiter in her universe. He's like a loyal dog who will stick by her side for companionship and problem solving, but never for the romantic relationship that Forrest craves. Meanwhile, as her number of sexual partners grows, she works in a strip club, poses naked in Playboy, and becomes a counterculture hippie in California.
Hi, Forrest. I know you just got back from Vietnam and you love me, but I'm gonna go run a train with this group of Black Panthers I just met.
Okay, Jenny.
Despite her awful treatment of him, Forrest pedestalizes Jenny. He writes to her regularly while serving in Vietnam, names his shrimp boat after her, and gives her far more value than she deserves. Why does Forrest do this? Mostly because she's the only woman in his life, he has familiarity with her, and doesn't consider himself a catch for women. It's no shock that Forrest didn't grow up with a father figure to show him how to act like a man, to have some self-respect, and not put undeserving women on a pedestal. Only at the end of her road does Jenny give Forrest the one night of intimacy he has wanted with her for so long. True to form, she leaves him the next morning after they sleep together. The next time she comes back into his life, she drops this little bomb on him.
His name's Forrest.
Like me.
I named him after his daddy.
He got a daddy named Forrest, too?
You're his daddy, Forrest.
What's wrong with this picture, guys? Jenny has slept with hundreds, maybe thousands of guys, yet gullible Forrest accepts her story that he's the father. Any guy with common sense would question this story and demand a paternity test. Not only does Jenny drop a child on Forrest, she announces she has a terminal illness which is implied to be AIDS. It is at this point Jenny reverses roles and asks Forrest to marry her. So after rejecting Forrest's pleas to marry him for years, she waits until her youth, beauty, and health have been all used up on abusive jerks and she has absolutely nothing left to offer him. Oh, and he's now independently wealthy, but surely that had nothing to do with it, right, Jenny? Jenny is portrayed as a sympathetic figure in the movie, but many viewers have disagreed. She has spawned endless memes depicting her as a manipulative, loose woman who only used Forrest when she needed him and jerked him around for decades. How many other examples have we seen from TV and movies of a hard-working guy with low self-esteem who does the right things and attains success, yet pedestalizes and begs for the love of a woman who may be good-looking but is of low character and otherwise completely unworthy of his time? Forrest Gump is widely considered to be a feel-good movie with its late 20th century nostalgia, classic rock soundtrack, and kind-hearted main character. But in a lot of ways it's sad and disturbing. Forrest spends most of the film chasing a deeply flawed woman who doesn't deserve him and treats him horribly. Be on the lookout for the Jennies in your own life, guys, and when you meet them, be sure to